Have this feeling, haven't felt for so long. Took a hold of me and won't let go. I've been sleeping, caught me off my guard. Cause you're in my space and now I'm so holding towards you.
Oh, I'm way too high. This is gonna be my first ever questions and answers. I'm gonna ask you guys some questions. You can leave your answers in the comments down below. Totally kidding. I'm gonna be answering your guys' questions. All right, so a little bit of an overcast morning. Doesn't matter. I just wanted to get outside, get up early. I made my signature holiday drink, which is eggnog and coffee. 1 part eggnog, 2 parts coffee, 3 parts awesome. Oh, it is so good. I am a little bit tired, but that'll give me kind of, I don't know, a reason to not think too much about the answers. I'm just gonna be giving you guys my opinions or facts on my life. Most of the time, my opinions are probably wrong, but this is just how I view the world at this moment in time. Anyways, I haven't really read these questions in like a week. I went through some, picked them out, kinda didn't have time to make the video till now, so we're just gonna bang them out, and these are just gonna be fast-paced, honest reaction answers. I'm excited though. You guys actually asked a lot of questions. Don't know if I'm even gonna get to them all, but I'm gonna just go through them and get through as many as I can without making this video like absurdly long. All right, so let's start with Instagram questions. Okay, shoot, this first one is just like already so flattering. How are you so good at photography? I love your stuff. I mean, I don't know. I spend a lot of time looking up tutorials, practicing tutorials, just going out and shooting whatever. I honestly never consider myself that good. I mean, I'll take a picture, I'll be proud of it, and then 3 months later I'll be like, what was I thinking? Which I think just means I'm growing. Practice makes perfect, but also on top of that, working smarter, not dumber. Like, you're gonna have to work hard regardless, but I think you need to work smart. Like, if you just keep shooting the same things, keep editing the exact same way, you're not gonna improve. So actually going out, shooting new things, trying new editing techniques, always trying to do new things is probably the best way to grow. You're gonna learn little tips and tricks along the way. That's kind of what I attribute to me having the tiny bit of success I have. Where are you from? So I'm currently going to school in Washington State, more specifically Seattle, Washington. Somewhere back there is the Space Needle. Yeah. What is your favorite place out of Washington you've taken photos in? That's kind of hard. My favorite places to take photos are always the most random ones. I went on a hike up to Lake Serene like a couple months ago, and it was super foggy. The water was freezing cold, but I actually went swimming in it and had a friend take pictures of me. I just love that shot. I think it looks so cool. I really love night photography, so anywhere I can go outside, get like star shots, Milky Way shots. If I had to pick one place, oh, it has to be in Washington too, dang. Okay, it's 7 a.m. I haven't put the most thought into it, but Lake Serene, it's a hike in Washington. Well, it's a lake, and there's like Bridalveil Falls leading up to it. That's one of my favorite places to ever photograph. That being said, really anywhere with nature or anywhere new or anywhere I've never been or something that's just different than everyday life is always like my new favorite place to photograph. You envision yourself going mirrorless? Also, do you like pugs? I'll start with the second one. Pugs, I assume you're talking about the dog. Yeah, they're okay. I assume that's supposed to be do you. Do you envision yourself going mirrorless? Yeah, 100%. I actually think they won't make DSLRs in probably 3 to 5 years. Not really a big deal. Every camera takes photos. So yeah, I think I'll probably be mirrorless. This is probably my last DSLR I'll ever buy. Don't quote me on that. Pineapple on pizza? Yes, absolutely. I'm actually, oh shoot, is that gonna? Tides are coming in. Pineapple on pizza, 100%. And I'm not just okay with pineapple on pizza, I actually prefer it. It is a top 3 pizza topping, maybe number 1. Yes, I totally am for pineapple on pizza. How long have you been doing photography for? This one actually might surprise you a little bit. So I had a point and shoot growing up. I'd borrowed my dad's cameras a little, but I didn't care that much about photography. like I did it, but I wasn't trying to get good. I didn't watch tutorials. It was just a very casual thing. Didn't learn manual settings. Kind of the same thing with video. But about 2 years ago, I bought my first DSLR, which was a Canon T6, and that's when I really started to actually learn and grow. So almost 2 years exactly, I've been taking it serious. Also, I just want to add, I never took any classes in high school, didn't really do senior portraits until I was in college, so if you're worried about it being too late to start, I wouldn't be. I think you can get in it at any point in time, and your progression is going to be totally dependent on how much work you put in. If you work harder, you can progress faster, and you can even pass people who've been doing it longer. So if you want to start now. That wasn't really the question, but it's just for anyone out there. $30,000 in cash or any camera with 18 to 55 lens on it. I would probably take $30,000 cash. That can buy pretty much any camera I want. Unless we're talking about like some red 8K camera with an 18 to 55, which is really weird, but if it was worth more than $30,000, I guess I would take that. But that's kind of complicated. I guess I just take the $30,000. Photography and filmmaking is expensive, but $30,000 is a pretty good budget. Between potato salad and fruit salad, what is more salad? Probably fruit salad, right? I actually don't know that. What defines a salad? Is a salad supposed to have vegetables? But I mean, a potato's not really a vegetable either, is it? What's in potato salad? Like noodles, mayonnaise, potatoes, sometimes vegetables? I guess a potato salad. Oh, I actually want to dig into this one. What inspires you to make videos/content? So I think at the core of inspiration for me is I was kind of a quiet kid in high school, kind of a quiet kid growing up. I wasn't like silent, but I just didn't really go out of my way to like talk to people or express myself. Honestly, thinking back on it, I was probably a really bad kid at the dinner table because my parents would be like, "Oh, what'd you do today?" And I'd just be like, "Nothing," or I'd literally say like, "I don't know." For some reason, I didn't like talking about myself. I didn't like expressing myself. I just kind of was like, That being said, photography, filmmaking, I feel like I'm almost making up for a lot of those years. There's just all these things I want to say, opinions I want to voice, ideas, creations, stuff I want to make, and this is sort of my outlet for that. I mean, a lot of my inspiration comes from like other YouTubers or other content creators who've had an impact on me. People like Peter McKinnon, people like Sarah Dietschy. I watch their stuff and it makes me more ambitious in my own life. It makes me want to achieve and accomplish things. So that's sort of why I like to make videos. I like the idea of making something that helps people. Okay, that's all the Instagram questions. Now over to the YouTube ones. People practicing rowing back here. How to be consistent on YouTube. Yeah, I can't help you there. No, I mean, I think being consistent on YouTube is about planning ahead a lot of the time. Maybe making some more ambitious videos mixed in with some less ambitious ones. If you want to be consistent on YouTube and you're a full-time student or you're working full-time, it's hard, but not undoable. A lot of it really just comes down to how bad you want it, but being consistent is really about making a schedule, sticking to it. It takes a lot of self-discipline. I've done it for periods of time, and then I've just been like, nah, forget that. But it's mostly self-discipline, and it helps if you don't have any big other time-consuming things in your schedule. What is your dream adventure/hike? That's a fun one. My dream adventure is like a 2-week expedition somewhere with a bunch of filmmakers, photographers, and just like 50-pound bags on our back, like trekking through some jungle, maybe like climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, something cool like that. I don't have like a specific place in mind, but something long, something with like a lot of gear, something that like every day you wake up, you just feel like groggy, your back aches, your legs are really sore. But if I could just go on a long trip with a bunch of passionate people, make like a documentary, take tons of photos, that's like my dream adventure. Editing program? Adobe Premiere Pro. I don't love it. In fact, a lot of time I'm just yelling at it, cursing at it. For some reason, things have not been working for me lately, but it is what it is. It gets the job done, and it works really well with Lightroom and Photoshop and After Effects and Audition. When it works, it is a pleasure. When it doesn't, it is like the worst 5 hours you've ever experienced. 1, how's it going? It's going good, thanks for asking. 2, when you started YouTube, did you ever think you would make it as far as you have? When I started YouTube,
My name is Josh Winiarski.
So I started almost 3 years ago. At that time, I was making totally different videos. They were actually gaming videos, so nothing to do with what I'm doing now. A lot of those are privated. Is this kind of bright? And this is gonna sound a bit cocky, but absolutely. In fact, I thought I would make it farther than I am right now. Not that I've made it that far. My actual thought process when I started YouTube was, hey, wouldn't it be cool if I could just make videos, get to like 3,000 or 4,000 subs, like that was the number in my head, and make enough money that maybe I didn't need a part-time job? That was my actual thought process. I was like, hey, I like making videos. Wouldn't it be cool if I could just make a little bit of money on the side for the next like 6 years of my life before I get a full-time job? That totally changed when after like a year of uploading and around 50 videos, I had 82 subscribers. After that first year, I wasn't sure if I would make it to this point, but I never thought that I couldn't make it to this point. I just wasn't sure if I would. In most things, I'm pretty confident and maybe even overconfident, but I'm sort of like, if I put my mind to this, I can do it. I've always sort of had that mentality. I'll tell you right now, I'll just put it out there. Getting to 1 million subscribers, I don't know if I'll ever do that. I definitely don't think I'll do that, but you never know. So when I started out, yes. When I realized how YouTube works, no, I wasn't totally sure. And now it's kind of crazy, kind of surreal. I don't feel like I've really achieved something. I'm at just under 3,000 subscribers right now, which is good, which is really cool. I'm so thankful for it. But I don't feel like I'm some big celebrity like I can be showing off. But it's cool, and I want to just see how far I can push this because I really enjoy making videos and just hanging out with you guys. Okay, there's so many of these. A lot of them are probably getting cut from the video. I'm sorry about that. In contemplating purchasing the 80D, why should I go for it over, say, something like a Sony mirrorless at the same price? That's a great question. Why would you take an 80D over a Sony mirrorless? So let's just compare it to something like the A6400 right now, which I think is the exact same price for the body. So I have a couple videos talking about why I use an 80D. One thing I really like, you're gonna get a massive battery life. It's got big batteries, super handy if you're doing run and gun stuff or you just don't want to carry a ton of batteries on you. On top of that, you get the side flip screen, so like if you put a mic on top of your camera, it doesn't block the flip screen. Canon's got great autofocus, it's got great colors. I think one of the biggest things to consider though is the lens selection is much better for Canon, and on top of that, the lenses are a lot cheaper. So if you can only afford the camera and maybe only have a little more money for lenses, that might be something worth looking into. That aside, the Sony has way better specs, also has great autofocus. I don't know, I'm not saying you should get a Canon 80D. It's kind of an old camera at this point and it hasn't dropped in price a ton. I don't know, man, just go with whatever you think is best. A lot of it just comes down to preference. I've noticed you running a lot lately. What got you into it? Yeah, that's a good one. So I was never a runner, never did cross country. I did do track in high school and I did a lot of sports and I was pretty active, but I would never have called myself a runner. Ever since I went to college, I didn't really do sports anymore. Like I'm not a varsity football player. Running has just been a really good way to get in shape. It kind of clears my head. I can throw on a podcast and just go. It's almost like a zen thing for me. The reason I started is definitely due to stress. I remember I was super stressed out during my freshman year and I don't know what it was, but for some reason I just wanted to put my headphones in and take off. But sort of just like the zen feeling, and it's a good way for me to stay in shape. That's kind of what got me into it. Do you think you'll ever switch from Canon to another brand? For example, Sony. Hashtag Sony fanboy. Yeah, I mean, I really don't care about brand. I love Canon, but that being said, if I had started on Sony, I'd probably love Sony. So I know there's like an inherent bias there, like unless something goes wrong, everyone normally loves the brand they start at. But when I go to full frame, like I'm not gonna really push myself into sticking with Canon. I'm gonna just pick the best camera for me because a lot of my lenses won't carry over anyways. Canon has a little bit of a grip on me, but when I just look at like cameras for their price, the value you're getting, I don't think they're the best right now. I mean, that Sony A7 III looks pretty good. Oh, there's a plane like about to land in the water. Check this out. You see it? Anyways, that's it for the Q&A. Hopefully you guys dug it. I had a lot of fun answering those. Some of them I don't know if I gave the best answers, but that's okay. If you guys enjoyed it or have more questions after seeing this, definitely let me know. I'm going to try and do another one as long as you guys enjoy it, because I sure did. As always, if you liked the video, be sure to like it. If you have any questions, have any comments, hit up that comment section down below. And if you want to see more videos like this, consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks again for watching. My name's Josh Winiarski. Check me out on Instagram, and I'll see you all in the next one, because I've got class today. Also, I'm sorry if I didn't get to your question. I didn't want to make this like 20 minutes long. You guys asked way more questions than I initially thought. I was worried about not getting enough, so thanks for that. But if I didn't answer your question, definitely feel free to ask it for the next Q&A, and I'll probably answer it then. But yeah, sorry, I just can't get to everyone. I'd rather give like 15 good answers than 30 or 40 rushed ones.